Hello, I'm back. We're going to read Skippyjon Jones. Now, some people are like, it's kind of racist. Um, I don't know. You'll have to talk to your parents about appropriation. I'm going to do this harm, lots and lots of harm, and it's okay because you could just be like, oh, that's my auntie. She's kind of nutty. So this is Skippyjon Jones. Every morning, Skippyjon Jones woke up with the birds. And this did not please his mother at all. Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches, ordered Mama Junebug Jones. No self respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds, she scolded, or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohiggy's bird bath. The lecture went on, as usual. You got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants, said his mother. Just what it means to be a cat, not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet, she added, closing his bedroom door. He does not look like a happy kitty, does he? Look at him. He's got some serious Skippyjon Jones attitude. Don't you be getting no serious Skippyjon Jones attitude. No, you don't, my boys. You don't be getting no serious Skippyjon Jones attitude. That would be wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. But once he was alone, Skippyjon Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones and I bounce on my bed, and once or six times I land on my head. On his way down to earth from the gigantic big bounce, Skippyjon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. Holy guacamole! Exclaimed Skippyjon Jones. What was that? So up he went again, and again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, My ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua. Back on land, Skippyjon Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some old junk. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed into his mouse, Skippyjon Jones began to sing in a muy soft voice. My name is Skippito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet just like jello. I get the job done, yes, indeedo. I'm not the best singer. Back in the kitchen, Juju B, Jezebel, and Julie B. Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. Can Skippy Jones come out of his room now? Asked Juju B. No, answered Mama Junebug Jones. Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking. In fact, Skippyjon wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. No, he was not. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road, far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a misterioso band of chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. Ay, caramba, who goes there? Asked Skippyjon Jones. We go by the names of Los Chimichangos, growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. Who are you? I am El Skipito, the great sword fighter, said Skippyjon Jones. Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. Why the mosquito, dude? Asked Paquito Tito. I go incognito, said Skipito. Do you like rice and beans? Asked Pintolito. See, I love mice and beans, said Skipito. He might be the dog of our dreams, whispered Rosalita. Perhaps, said Tia Mia, if he knows the secret password. Leaning toward Don Diego, El Scapito half sneered, half spoke the secret password into the Chihuahua's very large ear. Achoo Pichu! Bless you, said Don Diego. Gracias, said Scapito. Then it is true, decreed Don Diego. Yip, yip, yippito! It's the end of Alfredo Bazito. Scipito is here. We have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad bumbolito. Then all the chimichangas went crazy. They went crazy, loco. First, they had a fiesta. Then they took a siesta. But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious bee's knees. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great bumbolito for Scapito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos, so great that one could hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Bazito, whispered the crowd. El blimpo bumbolito bambito. Oh, bandito, not a bambito. Bandito. See, said Paquito Tito. The bandito steals our frijoles. Not your beans, cried Scipito, outraged. See, Paquito continued. Red beans, black beans, Boston, baked and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto, and jelly, too. And now he comes for us, Paquito added. Por qué? Asked Scipito. Because we are full of beans, too. Then Don Diego stood tall in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? Asked Capito. The dude just wants his beans back, said Paquito Tito. And you are the dog for the job. Me, asked Capito. Then all the chimichangos turned towards Scipito, the great sword fighter. But poor Scipito, he had no time to plan, because in a blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vamos, Scapito! Or is it you, the bandito, will eato? They cried. Scapito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. Then, in a muy soft voice, he said, My name is Scapito Fresquito. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Bazito flew straight for Scipito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Holy frijoles! Cried Scipito as he thrust his sword into the air. Pop! Suddenly, pop went the bandito, landing on Scipito's sword, and quicker than one could say, chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Bazito, the bumbolito bandito. It's like a giant piñata. Look at that, all the beans come flying out. Now you got another song. Then all the doggies burst into song. Yip, yippee, yippito! Our hero is El Scapito. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippyjon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what's going on. They raced down the hall into Kitty Boy's room. Bang, ito, crashito, papito, skipito. Just in time to see Skippyjon's closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, Beanbag Doggies, and the Kitty Boy with his birthday pinata on his head. Skippyjon Jones! Everybody cried. Hola, muchachitas, he said in a muy soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippyjon's and covered his head with furry purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She asked. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippyjon began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say goodnight, Skippyjon Jones called his mama. Buenos noches, mis amigos, said Skippyjon Jones. So that's maybe his goodnight one. So I hope you enjoyed this book, and I'll be reading other books to you as we go forward. Have a wonderful 4th of July.